I'm over the moon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the United Way TV. Rob Dukan here in front of you guys. Manchester United trashed yesterday Arsenal 3 goals to 2. And this is our tactical review. This is the things we learned. 5 things we learned, just as you read it there. Look, I want to tell you guys something. It's easy to go and say, oh, Doggo is a Ballon d'Or. Doggo is the best thing that's happened to Manchester United. I don't want to say F it. I just want to tell you guys that relax, relax. Dogo is a potential. He isn't a final product. He scored. He had an opportunity. He did try the goal. He went in the top corner. It's a goal. Good player. He could do better. But we shouldn't do the mistake we have been doing every time as fans. Guys, if you've never watched this community, make sure you like the video. If you're Man United fans, click that like. You deserve it. You as a fan, Manchester United fan, we have suffered a lot. No, I'll start with this dog with the issue. I think for the past 2 games he has been fantastic. This is a guy who was criticized, bought by Cameron. I don't know if he's the one who brought him, but he was the manager just a year ago, and he was criticized by Cameron, a young player, dedicated United player, training very hard, and he had a fantastic game yesterday. Unfortunately, he had a cramp, which he had to leave the pitch. But I think Dogu, he was. I mean, what was the last time Manchester United had a game where we had a lot of players like man of the match? Because Dogu also was part of that kind of no, the man of the match. Let's go to the second thing we learned. This is a goalkeeper, Lemans. Look, Lemans, this Belgian goalkeeper, Lemans. I tell you guys what. Onana is a Cameroonian. I'm a Cameroonian origin. Onana comparing with Le Mans is such a this is I think I would say, if we have to talk about recruitment, we've been complaining about recruitment of Manchester United, but I want to can we agree that we did some very good signings this season? Because Le Mans is up there with Cunha and Boma. Those 3 signings were so vital for the season. I mean, the summer. I think Le Mans is just. If let me just make it clear. If Onana was here, there are many games we would have lost. Since Le Mans came in, you have seen how I mean the difference he makes, the little tweaks which he does, the value he brings into the team, into the Old Trafford team, you could into the Man United team. You guys have realized it. You're smart fans. So I mean, remember the 17 minute. I will not forget that action where they had to score us. There was a head there, and Le Mans kicked it out. I know he punched the ball out. I mean, that is a game. That is a period where change. That's a match changing period. So I think Le Mans for me clear there. I mean, some of you came to yesterday and said you think so. I had a comment here. I read some of your comments and reply often that Le Mans was the man of the match, and I agree. Even though I think that I think Cunha was the main thing. Look, Le Mans' presence in Manchester United has been a huge breath of fresh air, and he's well deserved. Another thing we learned players is Matheus Cunha. We talked about players which we have brought to the team, players who obviously have been signings. With all the criticism that we have had with I don't want to say the board, but I want to say those in charge of recruitment. Is that we don't get the right kind of players that we want. That will make a difference. But this, no matter what you say, if you want to judge those players who came in, guys, you will agree that we have had some very good talents. I mean, I'm just repeating it again, but it's very important to notice. Cunha came in, didn't play a lot. I gave him the man of the match. I think he played less than 20 minutes, but he was the man of the match. That is what impact does, right? It's not how big it is, it's how technical you are. So you see what I mean? She said I didn't say that, but anyway. Yeah, so Cunha, I think Cunha for me was one of the most important thing. I wanted him to start the game, but he couldn't because this guy, Michael Carrick, had something else in his mind. So I think the reason why I really think that we are doing well is not because Michael Carrick is a genius. It's because I think when you're closer to a football club, you understand the mentality of the players, you understand the right approach, and you try to use the most simplest tactics in modern football, which is make sure you, while expressing yourself, be defensively compact, and let's prove this is. Let me just put it in one word. If you watch till now, what is going on with Manchester United is that the players are trying to prove to the fans that they are more than what they think of them. So it's like it's it is very important that you guys grasp what is going on, because it's not really easy. The players are really trying to prove that they are better than what we think about them, and that's why you see that on the pitch. But talking about Michael Carrick, which I gave him an 8 in this game, is the courage that he did, the way he used the players, the way he just, I mean, this is a modern football coach. So he has beaten Pep Guardiola, he has beaten Arteta, and guys, you shouldn't forget that. I mean, that this is an Arsenal team which is being sold as the one of the best teams in a very long time. Can you imagine? I'm really interested to listen or to read what Pierre Morgan will write this morning, because Manchester United has beaten a club that has not lost in its pitch, a club that has not conceded more than three goals in over 100 games. That's the statistics, and this is something we have to be proud of as Manchester United fans. And yeah, I think Carrick deserve to be considered. I didn't say he should be the Manchester United manager, but to consider for the role, because he has something which I think that maybe in the modern game there is nothing as you having a manager who is relatable to the players. And I think Carrick is relatable to the players, and that's his unique selling proposition as a manager. If you're really a football man, you understand what I'm talking about. So it's not necessarily, I mean, the what I'm trying to say is the your personal qualities, your persona, your relationship with you can say emotional intelligence in related to these players, because these players have massive salaries. You have to just try to relate yourself with them. If you can relate yourself with them, I think these players will play for you. Yes, they are professionals, but at the end of the day, they're playing for a manager. Players can sack managers. So I think Carrick has that qualities. Very calm. He knows when to express himself. Talking about calm, let's go to this guy. I think my Cameroon man, Mboma, has been fantastic. Tell me what you guys think about Mboma. I think he has been a very good add-up for Manchester United. Mboma took the ball from Zubimente, and guess what? He made the best. Just beat the goalkeeper. And yeah, so I think Mboma has been one of the also good signings, as I was saying earlier in this speech, where we are. I must really I must be grateful with this player, Mboma, what he has done so far in terms of coming to a club which, let me be honest. I the video is up there in the channel. I told you guys that I wasn't sure Mboma was the big thing for Manchester United, but what he has brought to Manchester United, he has brought humility, talent. He has brought he has taught the younger generation on how to approach life playing for a bigger club, and this is really attractive for the average fans. I think Mboma, he is not Messi, he's Mboma, but what he has in the modern game is dedication. Then we've talked about Cunha, his goals. We've talked about Mboma. Talk about Lemans, which I think is the best thing has come to Manchester United. Talk about Dago, who I think I'm using the word I think, which is very clear. Which is very clear that this is a player which will do well under a manager who believes in him. And most of all, we have spoken about our manager here in Carrick. So, guys, tell me what you think below. Manchester United has just beaten the potential champions of England. And smash a like on the video, get involved the United way. And yeah, talk to you soon. Bye bye.